Welcome to the Find Your Leadership Confidence podcast with Vicki Nedling. You are about to discover impactful lessons that help you grow as an individual, grow your confidence, and find the positive and good within you, so you powerfully and authentically become the best version of yourself. Be sure you visit our website at www.findyourleadershipconfidence.com. While you're there, subscribe to us via your favorite network. Now tune in, get ready, and enjoy the journey of emerging as a leader of exception in the 21st century.
Welcome everyone to the Find Your Leadership Confidence podcast. I'm your host, Vicki Nedling, coming to you from Atlanta, Georgia. Actually Roswell, but for those that know Chancellor, maybe you're familiar with both areas. The purpose of this podcast is to bring topics and guests that will empower you to become that confident leader and take your business or your life to the next level. Again, I'm Vicki Nedling, and my guest today is Chancellor Jackson. Let me tell you about Chancellor. Chancellor K Jackson was born in Fulton County, Georgia, to Native American parents, grew up in Smyrna, Georgia, I love Smyrna too, and attended Stetson University. For 9 years, he played football at high school and collegiate level football. After graduating with a bachelor's degree in communication and media studies, Chancellor lived abroad in China from 2018 to 2019, just at the height of COVID over there.
Yeah.
Chancellor fell into writing after his traumatic experience of being arrested and detained in Beijing for 14 days. His book, 14 Days in Beijing, has ranked #1 over 15 times on Amazon in multiple genres. Chancellor has also released a romance saga about a man's first step towards gaining emotional intelligence, titled You Love and You Learn, and Real Love Never Dies, both available on Amazon. I'm again excited about our theme for today, which is finding purpose, very close to my heart and I think something that a lot of people have spent the last 2 years thinking about. Please join me in welcoming Chancellor Jackson.
Hey, appreciate you, Vicki.
Yeah.
Into ATLian.
That's right. That's right. I have to have coffee or get to know each other a little bit better.
Oh yeah, we right next door.
I know. So you're Fulton County. What part though of Fulton County?
It was up there, Sandy Springs area.
Oh yeah, you're so close. Sandy Springs, so close.
Yeah, it was North Fulton.
So you're not in Georgia any longer?
No, I live in Smyrna still.
As I said, Smyrna is. It's funny, when I moved here way back in 1986, Smyrna was country. There was nothing there. And my first boss, when I moved here, his wife she was born and bred from Smyrna, and she had the biggest Southern accent you ever did hear. She was from Smyrna, Georgia. And I thought, could you please say that again? I have no idea what you just said. But anyway, she was a sweet, sweet lady. All right. We know where you're from, but let's get into this interesting story that you have. I remember in the news this information too. So share your story about what your book it covers. 14 days in Beijing. Just take us there and what happened.
So pretty much, like you stated before, I went to China, you know what I'm saying, to teach English. I entered China on October 10th, 2018, and I was supposed to do a year, but on April 4th, 2019, things took a turn. I was arrested for possession of marijuana, and then took into different precincts and was just in the holding process for about 14 hours, ironically, until I was finally transported to the actual jail where I was detained. All the way up until this point, I have no clue what's going to happen to me. Nothing's been explained to me. Now, I ain't asking no questions either. One, I can't even fully communicate with these people. So, and nobody knows this is happening to me either. So, so I'm just like, I'm very still calm, cool, and collected. Like, I'm very aware in the moment. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Okay, it's getting real, but man, I know I'm gonna be good when it's all said and done. I don't know how it's gonna play out, but I know I'm gonna be good. Like, I just told myself, take note of every minor detail because it's gonna be a great story to tell once you're out of this predicament. And then two, I was high when I just got done smoking before they came knocking on my door. So I was like, man, enjoy this high one last time. We don't know what's gonna happen, boy, for real. My official interrogation is done. And that's dramatic within the book because they locked me into like this metal chair that looked like an electric chair. Like
wow.
So I'm doing my whole interrogation like that. Then once I'm transferred to the actual jail, Beijing Jail 6, they gave me my uniform to put on, had me put the rest of my stuff in storage, and they gave me one Tupperware bowl, one Tupperware spoon.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, took me upstairs to where the men's house. We get to cell 12-9. Instantly, my psyche is thrown for a loop. Just based on how the cell is set up, it's nothing but a big rectangle, but not that big. I say probably about 15 by 15 feet. It's a huddle of bodies. It's like 4 o'clock in the morning at this point, so it's a huddle of bodies on the bed, sleep, and the bed's a number of wooden planks. But the people sleep, it looked like a slumber party. You know what I'm saying? I was like, what is going on here?
Right.
People standing up, watching the people sleep. Like 2 inmates up, watching the rest of the inmates sleep. So it's just awkward, of course, with these 2 inmates, because we're the only ones up. And the last thing they expect was this black dude with dreads come walking through the door. Last thing I expect to see, just 2 folks just watching other people sleep. So we just looking at each other like, what's going on? Like, we just got this.
Right.
And then the cell, pretty much, as soon as you step foot into the cell, right above the cell door is a TV mounted on the wall. Instantly, the beds begin, which I said are wooden planks, 9 of them in total. To my left is the bathroom. Bathroom is its own room. But the walls are all made of glass, so everybody in the cell can see what's going on.
Everything,
It's a sink, a squat toilet, pretty much a hole in the ground you got to squat over.
Right.
The shower ain't nothing but a water hose with a shower head duct tape to it. So I'm saying I take account of all the men, all the heads I see. It's 15 people in the cell currently. So I'm like, that's what it explains why, you know what I'm saying, look like a slumber party on the bunks, you know what I'm saying? It's only 9 beds, it's 15 people. So I approach the slumber party, try to find a spot to lay down, and one of the inmates that was up watching, taking watch, she wake 2 people up and they make room for me, so I lie down on my back, my hands on my chest, and I'm staring at the bright light on the ceiling. And that's when reality fully kicked in. Cause like, all right, well, you in here now. You don't know what's, you know what I'm saying, how long we finna be in here. Nobody knows we're here.
Right.
Hey, it ain't looking too good.
Yeah.
It looking too good. But hey, accountability. You know what I'm saying? You made a choice and now you gotta face the repercussions from it. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no point in crying over spilled milk. It is what it is. What needs to take place for this process to speed up? That's how my mind is working. So I'm like, well, first thing first, people got to realize we got to learn I'm in here. So in order for that to happen, I got to show up. I got to be missing. I was supposed to, before I was leaving, I was getting ready to leave the apartment before they came and knocked on my door. I was getting ready to leave the apartment, go meet friends, to go hang out. And of course, 12 show up, so now I'm locked up. So I didn't show up to the event with the friends. So I'm sure, was that a red flag? No. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure they called me, I answered. Whatever. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, when I don't show up for work, Saturday morning for my 8 o'clock class. Oh, hell is breaking loose.
Mm-hmm.
Because one, they got to find somebody last minute to cover my class. And then two,
Mm-hmm.
one of the friends I was going to go meet at that event, the day I got locked up, me and her work at the same school. So I'm like, okay, when I don't show up for work, all right. You know what I'm saying? She don't know for sure.
Yeah.
Thumbs up. And now that I'm like, the search for me will begin then. And in addition to all of that, I had a girlfriend at the time that still lived in America, but we still communicated regularly. I'm like, once I don't respond about 2 of her messages, oh, yep, that's gonna be another red flag. Like,
Right.
I'm like, I know I'm gonna have to sit through the weekend before I become missing on people's radar. So I'm gonna have to just thug it for right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm the only English speaker in the cell, only
Oh,
foreigner.
I wondered about that.
So there's no communication.
Mm-hmm.
It's just me reflecting and just in my head pretty much the whole
Right.
time. We locked up 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 15 minutes in one cell, 9 wooden beds, roughly pretty much 3 soups a day.
Mm-hmm.
And all I had was that one plastic bowl and that one plastic spoon for 14 days straight.
So what emotions were going through your mind as you sat there in that cell? I mean, you had a lot to reflect on. Did you pray? Did you?
Oh yeah.
I mean,
yeah, I was praying. Ironically, the day I got locked up, I had it was a Thursday, so every Thursday I pray to my ancestors. I prepare food. I lay the food out for them on their altar, and I got pictures of them set up. I have candles and all these types of stuff on the altar. So I prayed to them. That's that same day, right? You know what I'm saying, right? Like, ironically, I had already prayed to them. You know what I'm saying, just paying homage, and then boom, I get locked up. So it's like, well, damn. You know what I'm saying? I definitely sat back in with them again. But like I said, accountability. It isn't like it's just some unfortunate event. Is why I'm in. No, I was out here tripping. If I'm gonna be real, I was out here violating. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I just took accountability. So it's really I can't feel no type of way. You know what I'm saying?
right.
I just know I'm ready to go. But you know what I'm saying? I can only control.
And that's an important message for everyone. You know, as a mom, I remember telling my kids this too, but in one moment, your life could change just from a single decision.
Mm-hmm.
And good, bad, or indifferent, you know, it just takes one thing to derail all of your hopes and dreams. So I think I'd like to know, though, as you're in that cell for 14 days, you had to be going through emotions of fear, of anxiety, of you know, frustration. Gosh, when were you able to get someone to champion for you?
So the cell I described to you, I was in that cell for 3 days, which are the first 3 chapters of the book. Now, day 4, chapter 4, that's when there's a whole shift in the story because I moved from that cell to a new cell, 2 cells down, and in that cell, I'm immersed with 3 other foreigners. 2 speak English, one of them don't, but now I have somebody I can talk to. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
I am happy about that. And then 2, I can start learning how the jail operates and the process of this whole being arrested, detained, and then released, how that whole process works. Now, as far as how long I'm gonna be here, I still don't know that.
Yeah.
But ironically, everybody else knows all the information to the T. I'm just the only one that they just didn't explain anything to. Whatever reason, I don't know. That's just how my story played out. But with that being said, I also end up doing the shortest amount of time out of everybody as well. Yeah. So it all, you know what I'm saying, all played out. You know what I'm saying? It was a circle. But yeah, once I was in the new cell, oh yeah, now I can talk to people. So now it's just like that quote, misery loves company. Like, we the bestest friends. Like we'd have known it, like we grew up together, you know what I'm saying? Share clothes, like, you know what I'm saying? So that definitely helps ease just some of the tension and the like you said, anxiety and stress.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
still, I don't know how long I'm gonna be here. And then once we get to like day 10 and day 11, now I'm just really, my patience is starting to wear out now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, bro, all right, but when we gonna hear, like, when I'm gonna hear something, bro? Like, I ain't heard nothing. I've been in this
You start to get depressed, and
I mean, I was still positive, but I was just like, bro, just hoping. I waking up every day hoping.
Yeah.
And then going to bed disappointed. Waking up the next day is just being hoping. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Just gotta have faith for real.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't really in like day 13, chapter, it was day 13, chapter 13, when I was just like, I'm like, all right, bro. I'm tired of getting my hopes up and, you know what I'm saying, being disappointed you know what I'm saying, getting disappointed. So I'm like,
okay, so day 14.
yeah, I'm just
what
like,
was that like?
I mean, it was crazy. On day 13, I fully just surrendered to the universe and I'm like, man, fuck this shit. Yeah, I got it, bro. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is at this point. So I'm just gonna have to thug it. How long, you know what I'm saying, I gotta be here, it is what it is. And the next day, and folks it was crazy because even though I didn't receive any information on how my process was gonna work out, the universe sent me and my ancestors sent me a lot of different messages and signs. Let me know exactly how long I was gonna be there. It wasn't until I wrote the book and I'm editing the book that I was able to catch all the different signs that they delivered. But from the very first day I was arrested, they gave me a sign. And I want to say on the third day, I got a sign. And then later on, and a little bit later on in the book, I got another sign. Just how long I was going to be there and then how my release would be.
Yeah.
And it was just amazing to me. So when they, you know what I'm saying, they called me to go, it was the exact dream I had, essentially, almost to a T. So I was just really blown. I'm just blown away at just how in tune I was with my subconscious and, you know what I'm saying, the spiritual realm.
Right.
It's such a critical hour that the fact that these folks is calling me to go, I ain't even really paying them folks no mind. I was like, bro, I feel like they showed That's So Raven, like when she used to have a vision.
Yes.
I'm like, like, I was just blown away. They're like, bro, they calling you to go. I'm like, oh yeah. Oh, I was just, man, it was crazy. But they after, you know what I'm saying, released me, signed all this paperwork that I couldn't read.
Yeah.
They gave my stuff back. I got dressed and took me straight to my apartment to pack up the rest of my stuff, and then took me straight to the airport where I was deported from the country.
Right.
Yeah.
So what message do you want the listeners to walk away with about that whole experience?
Yeah. So most importantly, it's an accountability. Accountability, you know what I'm saying? Accountability always has to play a factor in any equation. You know what I'm saying? When you find yourself in certain situations, or rather good or bad, you know what I'm saying? Accountability. Always hold yourself accountable and take accountability. You know what I'm saying? I feel like me doing that was why it played out. It was ugly, but you know what I'm saying, it still played out pretty well for me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just because I went in there blaming the finger like, nah, bro, nah. Hold yourself accountable. I say definitely accountability is the word of the day. Another word of the day is adversity. Adversity introduces a man to himself or a woman to herself.
Right.
So,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Never let adversity discourage you. And lastly, I just want to leave y'all with a quote by Nipsey Hussle that I feel is very, very symbolic to just my journey in China. And it goes, long-winded, running through this life like it was mine. Never settling, but setting every goal high. 1,000 burpees on the path to my own success or self-destruction. But what's a mistake without the lesson? You see, the best teacher in life is your own experience. And none of us know who we are until we fail.
Yeah, that's right.
And every person is defined by their reactions to any given situation. So who would you want to define you? Someone else or yourself? Whatever you choose to do, give your heart to it and stay strong.
Right. So we're going to switch gears after that. Great. So you switched your writing from a very serious subject to romantic drama. What led you to write that first book? Was there a love interest? What was that?
It's funny. This is a funny story because the same person, I had a friend, one of my partners, I'm still my partner, my boy. We grew up together, but he was a published author before we graduated high school in 2014.
Wow.
So he was the one that put the bug in my ear to write 14 days. So after I did that and published it, it's going crazy. And now I'm rolling out with my actual copy, selling my physical copies. He was like, man, you need to write a story about Shorty. You know what I'm saying? Because I said I had a girlfriend at the time. He said, you need to write about that. I'm like, nah, I'm straight on that. And then as time progressed, you know what I'm saying? People reading the story more. A lot of feedback, at least questions I was getting mainly from women was, okay, you had a girlfriend, you talk about her all throughout the story, but you never get to talk to her throughout the whole time you locked up. And then once you, at the end of the book, you get out and that's the end of the book. So they was like, what happened with that? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They want
inquiring minds want to know.
Yeah, they want to tea about the girlfriends. I'm like, all right, I hear y'all, but I still ain't even trying to write about that. It wasn't until almost a year later, I came across a statistic that said, that, you know what I'm saying, it showed the best-selling genres, and romance was #1.
Yes, sir.
As soon as I saw that, I said, oh, man, they should have said that from the beginning. That's all I needed. That's really all the motivation I needed after that. So I hit my partner up. I said, hey, well, send me another outline. Send me an outline for it. I took it, I wrote that whole story in about 2.5 weeks.
Wow.
That's the fastest I ever written a book. And it was one long story. I just broke it up into 2.
Yeah, so cool. So
it's pretty
how has writing about your life really helped you find purpose then?
Just one, because once football came for in 2017, like last college game, I ain't trying to go to the NFL, so that's it. All right, I've identified as an athlete, student athlete, and football player for so long, and now that is no longer the case. Chancellor, who are you?
Yeah.
What's your identity? What's your purpose? What do you want out of life? What do you enjoy doing?
Yeah.
I couldn't answer none of that. I'm like, well, I don't know. But it took all of that. That has transpired. Like, man, I'm teaching now. I'm a teacher. I'm a coach, football coach, life coach to at-risk teens. Now I'm a best-selling author. I found identity. I found purpose. And all I'm doing is just telling stories about my personal experiences. And just now I'm getting into, I've been coaching aspiring authors. You know what I'm saying? Folks that been wanting to write a book, but don't know where to start, how to go about it. Folks that have written a book, but don't know how to go about publishing.
Marketing it.
It's like, you know what I'm saying? And then of course, with all the kids I work with, you know what I'm saying? Just being a role model for them and inspiration for them. It's like,
that adds that accountability piece kind of rises up pretty high now.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's no longer just you. It's all those people that look up to you now.
And then that's why just hustle and motivate, just like Nipsey did.
Yes, sir. So as you now move on from book 2, book 3, what's going to be your inspiration? Are you going to write about those kids that you are motivating, or what kind of book is in you now?
I'm really just working with the people that you know what I'm saying, wanted to write a book. I feel like I've had such a deep hand in their projects.
Yeah.
They're essentially, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna push these just like as if it was my own. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
It's definitely, I got one in particular. This brother's story is
good stuff.
powerful. And, you know what I'm saying?
It needs to come out then.
Yeah, it does. We on the final stages too. Like, we almost there. Like, he the one that's really like, he's on it. He ain't playing around. He's getting to it. So I'm really excited to see the success it has, especially, you know what I'm saying, once we put it out into the market, because it's a great story. Great
Anxious
story.
to hear what that is.
Yeah, it's just pretty much just his journey, about it's just another life story. Just how he was molested and how that experience you know what I'm saying, just played a role in his life
Hmm.
and shaped him to be the person that who he is today. You know what I'm saying? He's part of the LGBTQ community. Um,
Right.
so, but the story I'm talking about, it's hard now.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a tough pill to swallow. Like, it's gonna be, you know what I'm saying. But hey, it's a powerful story. He did his thing. Well, I'm excited. See, I'm excited for that to drop. No cap, that thing gonna go crazy.
So how did your background, your football, your family, like you talked about your ancestors, how did all that play in giving you the strength to make it through 14 days? And now for the next, when you came back, your life had to be put back together too,
Yeah,
right?
facts. Yeah, oh yeah, it was back to square one.
Yeah. So how did all of those life experiences, those things, those lessons, those failures as well as successes, how did that help you to be the person you are today?
Everything that I've been passionate about or wanted to fulfill, and I actually was able to, never came easy. And the very
Mhm.
first love and very first passion was football. That didn't come easy. I ain't started playing football since I was 8th grade. Most people that I'm playing with boys that's been playing since they was 5 years old.
Yeah,
So like
right.
that developmental piece, that experience piece, oh man, I like that tremendously. And that definitely affects your play. If you ain't
You're
got that,
right.
well, you got a lot of catching up to do as far as the speed of the game, especially, and just the formalities of it. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? I'm talking about all I knew about football was catch and run. I'm finna run this goal, just throw it, I'm gonna catch it. As far as this play, X, Z, I'm like, oh, okay, it's a whole new ball game.
Yeah.
So, and then I end up getting hurt that first year.
Oh, great.
So, but bounce back my freshman year, I'm playing freshman ball. I'm starting. Um, Sophomore year, I'm starting on JV. Now, come junior year, I'm trying to start on varsity. Ah, coaches ain't really trying to, you know what I'm saying? They probably thought I wasn't ready per se.
Hmm.
It was a senior that played our backup quarterback. It was his last year. He wasn't gonna play quarterback, so it's like, we're gonna put you at dog just so you can have something to play. So they put him above me. Was he better than me? No, but hey, it is what it is. And mind you, my little brother, who's a sophomore, is starting on varsity. So that was another.
Yeah, dimension. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It was just like, okay, look, it was a challenge. Now it's like, okay, you can, what you gonna do?
Yeah.
Test you, see how bad do you really want it? And
Yeah.
from my very first year playing football, I knew I wanted to play college football, and I wanted to play at the D1 level. I
Wow.
wanted to play D1 football. So I'm like, I can't quit. So like, that's not an option. I can't transfer. I'm just gonna have to thug it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to make it happen. But
Yeah.
I put my nose to the ground, grind, and I was balling, and then proved that I was ready to play varsity.
Awesome.
My very first game on varsity, I picked off the #2 quarterback in the nation. And then after, you know what I'm saying, senior year, of course, I started off senior year, but I ain't got no scouts, I ain't got no looks, no interest, nothing. I ain't got nothing going on as far as
Mm.
college, you know what I'm saying, the recruiting world when it comes to the secondary level. So now I'm at another crossroad. It's something
Yeah.
I'm very passionate about, but you know what I'm saying, I ain't got nothing to work with. I got to figure out how I'm gonna make this happen. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But I had a plan and I stuck to it. Every day I'm just emailing schools from
Mm.
Division I AA all the way down to NAIA. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to just different football pages, football schools websites, on a football page, looking at staff directory, copy and pasting emails. And I'm sending large emails every single day, hitting coaches up on Facebook, Twitter, or doing
Yeah.
this all day. You know what I'm saying?
You were
It's,
persistent.
it's like fishing, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting a little
Yeah.
something,
Yeah.
it's slipping away. But I ended up having a one-on-one with my counselor. She's like, okay, it's December, you know what I'm saying? You halfway through your senior year. I know you want to play football, but you got to at least apply to some schools or something, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to just be out here having nothing going on. So I'm like, all right. So I applied to Stetson because I went to their football camp that summer going into my senior year. Got accepted into the school. So I hit the coaches up, like, hey, bro, I got accepted to the school, got a bunch of them scholarships, academic scholarships. Let me y'all trying to meet. What's up? Let's make something shake. Went down there and met with them. Next thing I know, you know what I'm saying, my partner hit me up, said, hey, bro, you know you on Stetson's roster? I said, huh? He sent me a screenshot. I went to the website. Damn, boom. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn, boy, I done just made it. I done made it happen. I'm finna get ready to play D1 football. Now, I got my foot in the door.
Now it's still up for you to put your head to the ground again.
It was like everything, and that was it was just a bunch of adversity. I just had all the football was you know what I'm saying, adversity. So it's just made me humble. This humble dude that I am, just resilient.
Right.
And then once, like I said, football came to an end, I gotta figure what's next.
Yeah.
Applying for jobs left and right, getting flown out, put up in hotels, called. I'm talking about the whole nine. I did this thing about 8 months. I ain't landed a single thing. I done graduated, everything. Back home, like, bro, what is going on? But I'm like, hey, I know if I quit, I'll never be shit. So that's not an option.
Yeah, right.
It's not an option. And I switched my job search up and then came across, teach English abroad in China. Let me see what that's talking about.
Yeah.
and
there you are.
I want to do something lit. I want to do something extravagant as far as a first job. You know what I'm saying? Fresh out of college, I want to do something fire. Teaching in China, that was lit.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and come back home. You know what I'm saying? After everything, back to square one. I just get into coaching. Coaching wasn't part of the plan. I just fell into that. You know what I'm saying? I was already teaching, so I'm like, might as well stick with that. Then cuz put the bug in my head to write the book, started writing it. And once I was after I wrote, as I was writing, I was like, but this gonna be hard. And I'm telling people about it, just certain people about it, how I like, hey, bro, just read this chapter, just read this a little bit. And I just seen they body, like, I'm like, yeah, this gonna be hard. This thing's gonna go crazy. This thing's gonna go crazy. Try before I put it on pre-sale. I was ranked #1, new bestseller in 3 different genres.
Wow, that's awesome.
So it's just like, hey, man, everything that I accomplished, I had to get it out the mud. I had to get it out the mud, for real. So it's just, my journey, man, everything we've been through is, you know what I'm saying, everything that we are. So it's like, it's the journey. That's it.
So cool.
15 days, it was like, hey, we'd have been down before. We ain't been down like this. we ain't been down like this, but hey, ain't no other place to go but up from here.
That's exactly right. Such a good attitude. It's time for rapid fire. These are going to just be 4 questions that we can just talk a little bit more about. So what have you learned from your failures?
To don't look at it as something negative.
Yeah.
And just grow from it. For sure. You got to fail to succeed.
So yeah, you got to grow from it. What do you wish you could have told your younger self from what you've learned thus far?
Man, definitely, you know what I'm saying, explore all of your talents, bro. Explore all of your talents, and don't be scared to do it either. You know what I'm saying? Explore all your talents, bro, for real. You know what I'm saying? You far more talented than you think.
That's exactly right. So what's next on your journey?
Continue to just grow Korlehj Publications, LLC, especially with coaching, you know what I'm saying, aspiring authors. Grow that. I also have a car rental business. So to continue to grow that fleet. I'm going to get into Airbnbs soon.
Oh, super.
So just continue to level up and create different forms of passive income. And I know I'm going to continue to write. I know I got to do a little bit. I need experience more. I got to travel for sure. I ain't left America since I've been back in here. You know, because of COVID and everything. But
yeah, for sure.
But now things is wide open now. So it's like, yeah, I definitely got to get back out there, boy, for real. So definitely travel some more and, you know what I mean? And continue to just elevate. That's it. Just elevate.
Well, it's time now for us to share my screen with contact information for Chancellor. Let me just do that. So you can find him on linktr, so that's linktr.e like Edward, E like Edward, / KORLEH, again, linktr.ee/KORLEH. He is on all the social media, LinkedIn's, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. And I'm going to let him talk to you about his gift that he has for you.
For sure. So yeah, y'all want to find me, just Google Chancellor K Jackson. You Google that name, you'll find all my social medias, websites, other interviews. 14 days, look at my books, Google 14 Days in Beijing. That'll take you to my Amazon, and I also have them available on my personal website, chancellorkjackson.com. But as far as the free gifts, I'm gifting a free copy of 14 Days in Beijing. It'll be autographed, signed, and personalized. So just email me at korlehj@gmail.com. And yeah, I guess it's going to be a raffle.
Well, first person that emails you gets it. After that, they're going to have to buy the book, right?
Oh, well, so yeah, so whoever the first person is, korlehj@gmail, let the subject be 14 days.
Yeah, that's right. Awesome.
14 days, all caps.
All right, so everybody get that. Take a screenshot if you haven't. Everybody that was listening in, that is KORLEHJ@gmail.com. First one that sends an email that says, I want that book, 14 days.
I need it.
I need it. Awesome. All right. So I want to thank you so much for being my guest. It's been great getting to know you, a fellow Atlantan, and you had a great story. I think a lot of good messages about lessons learned, failures, and being accountable to our actions. So much that we need to know today. So as I always do, I end reminding everyone that life is a journey and it's up to you to enjoy the ride. This is Vicki Nettling signing off.
Thank you for tuning into the Find Your Leadership Confidence podcast with Vicki Nettling, where we share impactful lessons that help you grow as an individual, grow your confidence, and find the positive and good within you so you powerfully and authentically become the best version of yourself. Remember to visit our website at www.findyourleadershipconfidence.com and enjoy even more great episodes like this one. Again, while you're here, subscribe to us via your favorite network. We look forward to seeing you next time on the Find Your Leadership Confidence podcast.